Hi everybody, it's Jeanette from Country Designed Chalk, and today I've got another unique project for you guys. And in case you are not aware, I have been using this Chalkator surface, which is a board right here, one of their boards. This side I've got blank already. Hello Linda, welcome. This side I have blank, and then this is the base, and Friday I actually chalked on the base. But today we're going to go back to this side, and I've got a fresh side, and we're going to do something really unique, and let me show you what it is. I was inspired. This I made you many years ago. It says farmhouse, in case you can't quite tell, because it's been kind of packed away in boxes and stuff like that. And it's also been on display, but it is a farmhouse sign. So I thought I'm going to challenge myself and possibly you guys to see if you can figure out how to do this. Okay. It's not quite as hard as it might look. And just so you know too, I did this live on Country Design Style, and I did the bee. The same kind of technique, but I just did the bee. Hi, Linda. Hope everything's going great. It's Monday. Okay, and throughout this week, I am going to be using this same board and base, and I'm going to continue making projects with just this, with Chalkator, totally different things. Looks difficult. It's really not as hard as you might think. Okay, but what you need to think through is you've got to have two colors at least, and then you can reverse them. I am actually going today to use 4 colors, one of them being the black of my board. Okay, and then I'm going to use white because I want the board part to be very contrasting. So I've got my white, and then I have got a light gray and the silver shimmer. So I'm going to use these two. I went to the corn maze yesterday evening. It was mesmerized. You know, I've never really done that. We did a maze in pineapple once in Hawaii, which was a lot of fun. But you know, I don't think I've ever been in a corn maze. It might be kind of fun. Oh no, the garbage men might be here. And if so, we may hear dogs barking. Now, when you do this, you probably should take a little bit of time and measure. But I'm going to let my painter's tape, I'm using painter's tape here, and I'm going to let it be my ruler. Now, here's a little pop quiz for you guys. Who used to say that on TV? It was a decorator, came on all the time, probably back in, the 90s. There's a little hint, he was on TV and he'd always say, let your painter's tape be your ruler. So that's what we're doing today. I need to be tearing this. Okay, put it this way. There we go. Okay, I'm going to completely cover this board. Oh, YouTube, sorry. You guys can't see what I'm doing. Completely covering this board with painter's tape, one right after another, okay? This way it just makes it easier. Much easier. Ooh, that one there barely made the board. We'll make it work. It doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, it's almost more fun if it's not. I used a little bit of Vaseline when I made this farmhouse sign so that I could distress it easy, because I wanted a little more distress, quite a bit of distress on that farmhouse sign. And I actually have black and white stripes on a trunk at the foot of our bed. And I have been thinking about doing the same technique on there, only just big. Put something real big in the middle of it. But I haven't found anything that's real big that I really want to put in there yet. So I haven't done it. Okay, now I'm going to be a little bit off, but I'm okay with that. I'm about a half a painter's tape roll off. Hello, Pam. Welcome. But I'm going to be okay with that. That's fine. Okay, completely covered my board with painter's tape. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to every other one, and I'm going to just set that tape right there. Okay, 3, and then I probably won't have to remove that one, but I will anyway. Okay, so now I've got a gel bar, a gel sign, bars. Okay, here's my Inspire that I'm going to put on top of it. This is the first time I've used this one here. This one here was also with the Imagine that I did last week. I think I did it on Wednesday. If you get a chance and want to check out all of them, just keep scrolling down and you'll see all the videos that I did with just this base, and all the boards, all the videos that I did with all of them. Okay, now when it's on, you can let, of course, letters to overlap. I'm going to play with them a little bit and just see where you want to put them on. Okay, so this is what I've got. I just laid that over the top. I just now thought of something. I forgot something, guys. I'm jumping the gun. Because I'm doing this on chalk, I need to have stripes on my surface down below. So let me lay that there on my towel and let me go back. Now I'm going to actually paint with my white chalk base paint. See, it can get a little bit confusing, but I promise I'll get this to work out. I'm using an actual paintbrush. I'm not using a squeegee. I'm dabbing that into my chalk paste. And I'm just going to put this onto my board, just with my brush. Now this is kind of a flat brush, so I kind of getting a little bit of the brush. Well, I'm getting a lot of brush strokes, but I'm getting where I'm retouching. And for those of you that don't know, I've been teaching some DIY courses online. And one of the first courses that I taught was how to paint furniture like a pro. And don't do it like this. Okay, let me get those stripes on there. Nice. I'm not going to make it perfect, but this does not react the same way like you would think chalk paint. It won't do that. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm putting my brush back into my wet paint there, and so it's kind of leaving those little brush splotches where you've laid the brush back in there. Okay, I'm just kind of I just want that little bit of contrast on here. So I'm going to do this first. And yes, I love using chalk paste to add color to wood beads. Much easier to do than chalk paint. And I think it's because it's a little more liquid and it just rolls on there and you can just really get it going. Hi, Betty Ann. Welcome. I am, in case you're just tuning in, you might be wondering, what is she doing now? Is this Chalk Couture? I am painting with my paste. I'm going to put my paintbrush over there for right now. And I'm painting stripes on my board. Okay, now I'm going to peel these off. Right here, set them over there. Oh, I feel like Jailhouse Rock here. Okay, so ta-da! Look at that. Isn't that cool? Okay, that came out perfect. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a second, dry it a little bit. And then I will kind of finish up with the rest. I'll show you what I'll do. Just take a second here to dry. Did everybody have a great weekend this weekend? Oh, and if you're just tuning in, I am trying to recreate. I'm not trying. I am going to recreate this farmhouse sign using Chalk Couture. I thought, you know what? Why not? I haven't seen that been done yet. So I thought I am going to try that and see how that will work. If you pick it up and get it in the light, you can kind of see where maybe it's still a little wet. This is a craft dryer. It's actually for scrapbooking type stuff. I got it at a scrapbook store, and they use it on some of their glitter stuff that kind of sticks to things. You know, it melts and sticks. And that's what I bought it for. But to be honest, I hardly ever use it for that anymore. Okay. Close enough. Now I'm going to wax this a little bit because I will be putting painter's tape over the top of it. So, eek! It could pull it up. Caught you live again. Hello, Crystal. Love the stripes and the concept. Thank you so much. Let's hope it works. Let me get a paper towel here. And I am going to put a coat of wax on. Now, this is Chalk Couture wax, and I always tell people I'm a bit of a wax snob. This is surface wax. And you can use this on chocolate surfaces, or you can use it on any kind of surface. But I do suggest, if you're doing chocolate on just an old board that you had out in the yard, do wax it first, because it just makes everything just work a little bit better. And I kind of start off light just in case something's still wet on there. I'm just going to cover my stripes with a little bit of this paste, and a little bit of it will go a long way. Just a little dab, and I just kind of put it in on circular motions. And that will keep everything from sticking too much, because there really will be painter's tape over my stripes. So I want to make sure I cover that well. And I put, in case you miss anything, just, when I'm finished, go back and check and see how I've done any of the steps. But I just used painter's tape and a paintbrush and painted stripes to start off with. Okay, now that I've got that, what I want to do, have to think through, make sure I do it right, guys. Okay, I am going to put, to begin with, I'm going to put the painter's tape back over my black, okay? Put that right over black. And that keeps my white exposed. Right there. And right here. And you don't have to be precise about it. I definitely wasn't on that. And I've done quite a few of these signs. I've had on the Country Design Style, you can go to the website and you can see the signs and how the steps that I did to do it. I don't think I've ever done them on a live video, though. I'll wait till I do it with chalk and chalk couture, and then try to do it live. Okay, now I'm going to place this where I want it. And you can see through the transfers, which I love. Okay. All right, right there. Some of the letters. Okay, you can see how some of the letters, see how they're turning out? See that over there on my YouTube? Seeing that, Cole? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to use my squeegee. And since what I'm doing, the R is going to be what I paint, what I do chalk couture on. The E I won't, because if I do it, it's just going to land on painter's tape, and I'll peel that off. So check and make sure you're doing it on your white areas. You know what? I'm going to bring it down just a little bit so you can watch this. Turn this around. Okay, and I am doing the silver glimmer. I love the glimmers. And for some reason, I don't do much of them in the summertime or the spring, but as soon as fall and winter hits, that's when I start using the glimmers. And metallics. Okay, there's my R. Now the P's only part of it, but that's fine, because if I get a little bit on the painter's tape, it doesn't matter. In fact, if I wanted to, I could go across this whole thing. But I just kind of, I feel like you'll learn better if I don't do it that way. And I want to teach you guys these unique tricks and ideas for this. And let me tell you, this farmhouse sign, I don't know what, I should have looked on the website of Country Design Style and checked to see when I did it. You know, I can tell by the date of the post how long ago I did it, but it's been several years. And this farmhouse sign especially has been around our house for a long time. I mean, it's in every room. I move it around quite a bit. Okay, I've got this. Sorry about the dogs, guys. I can hear people. There's stuff going on outside, and I don't know what it is. Okay, so I've got that. I'm going to go ahead and put that squeegee in my water, and I'm going to peel this off. Now I'm going to work kind of quickly now, guys, because I don't want that to dry too much I'm going to peel this off here. And I think to be safe, I'm going to use a little bit. Now see, this is what I've got so far, okay? Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to dry it. I'm going to close this door. Sorry, people. I died, and I think he's talking to a neighbor, and the dogs are like, we want to join. We want to chat. Okay, so I'm doing this here. I'm working the voting pose. Congratulations to you. Very, very nice. Okay. I think I'm going to be okay. I just want to make sure that it doesn't lift off too much because I'm going to put tape on it again. Okay. Now I'm going to put tape on the white instead of the black. Oh, those puppies. Sorry, guys. I don't think someone's in the house. Hope not. Okay. There we go. Okay, now I've got that covered. Now I'm going to take this and put it. Oh, I can't see it. That's why I would go off. See, you have to think about it. Let me do this. I'm going to peel this back. I can put my in through there. I can put it right over that. I can see my eye. And I'm kind of lined up there. There we go. So I'm going to press this all down, lift this back up where I can see it, and put that over it. Now that may or may not have all been necessary, because now where I'm going is, see where the blacks are? The I, part of the S, this I, and the E. Okay, that's where I'm going to go next. But I'm going to use a different color. I'm going to use a light gray. This one is actually, this isn't coffee. Iced. Nope, it's not ice. It's linen. So I'm going to use it. And I'm going to go all across all the other letters. So, oops, a little bit too much here. Okay, there's my E, my I, and part of my P. And again, it's okay if I go over the complete S because I got painter's tape there. So it's not going to go over that. So I can just do all of this. Kind of move a little bit faster here because I really don't want it to stay in my transfer too long because I don't want the paste to stay in my transfer. And I think I didn't get that down far enough on my P, I betcha. Well, it's okay. It's not perfect, but it's okay. Now, when you're done, just take everything off. And you can see your words. Yeah, my P did mess up just a little bit. Ta-da! See how that turned out? Isn't that kind of cool? I just think it turned out. There's my YouTube. I think that turned out really, really cute. I could put it back in my board. And I have done a technique that I've done quite a few times. This is the farmhouse one that I did using paint and just, you know, plain old paint. I don't even think this was chalk-based paint. It was done so long ago. And this is my Inspire. And then, of course, take a second here. It doesn't have to be letters because I did this on Country Design Style on a live video, and we did the B too. So it doesn't really have to be a word. It can be just an object as well. Ask any questions. If you're watching this replay, give me a hashtag replay. And I will see you over on Country Design Style at 9 o'clock. And I'm going to do a project over there too. Thank you guys. Bye, everybody.